Alrighty, so here is the project. It's essentially just a pretty regular Visual Studio project. We're using a site master here, site master template, and basically the constructor detail page is construct detail page is what I'm having troubles with. Construct detail. Essentially the issue is this agree button here. You can see that it basically, here, you need to be logged in, so there's a logged in template. So if they're not logged in, then they see the disable button, which doesn't have the on-click command. That fires the code behind, which is, no it doesn't. I was going to use that. That's just testing. Commented out at the moment, but essentially I want to put in some onload commands on page load so that it checks whether somebody has rated it before. So let me walk you through how this all works. They hit on click, it calls the on click command or function. In the data source, it calls a store procedure, add rated by, and what that does is it increments the construct rating. So if it's 1, it'll go to 2, etc. And the issue, of course, is that you can do that multiple times. We need to stop that, and to prevent that, we really need to check a data source as to whether that user has rated it before. So what's happening with that store procedure? Let me just bring in the Azure table here. So this table called rated by has 2 columns. One is the construct ID, which we're on that page, so we know that as a variable, the construct ID. Also the username, we know that from the person who's logged in. So we have those 2 fields, and every time somebody rates something, it creates an entry with that in this rated by table. So from Visual Studio, we need to test in this code behind on page load. We need to check if there's already an entry for this construct and that user currently logged in. If there is, then we want to switch out the agree button for one that they can't click, disable button, or something different, or even just, I'm happy just to hide it at this point and we'll sort that out later. But this image button, agree button, needs to go away. So hopefully I've explained the issue kind of clearly. If you need more clarification or detail, I'm happy to provide that. I'm really kind of stuck. This is a critical piece of functionality that I need help with, and if you can help out, then certainly let me know. It's just Jason at constructiv.co. That'd be great help, or hit me up constructiv.co on Twitter. But that's it for now, guys, and if you know somebody who can help me out, that'd be much appreciated, because I have essentially tried everything. I've tried a bunch of things that I can think of, and it just, I can't get it to work. So that's it for now. But the rest of the site's happening and working and coming together, so I'm quite happy with that. Just to give you a look at the current site. So we've got a rating for each one of the constructs. We come into a construct, the detail page, which we just looked at, and the agree button is grayed out, and roll over it, tells you to log in to vote. So we log in. We're logged in, we go, and eventually that will just go straight back to the construct you're at. Agree button, click on that, fires off that store procedure, increments, adds me as a user, so I'm logged in as Jason Cartwright, and the construct ID is 67. Those will both be entered into that rated by table. That's what we need to query. So you can see here I'm picking out, have you already rated it? So we know those 2 variables, we know that we can test it. We just need to test it and then hide the agree button. That's it. Cheers. If you can help, much appreciated.